Hello and welcome to the Kickstarter cheat sheet for week 19 of 2017. Welcome to Hump Day edition. We waited a little later this week because we wanted to see if anyone wanted to add on. We're at the point where we're ready to talk about it, so let's talk about it. This week's choice that we chose to feature is Crossfire. Now, Crossfire, I think it's an interesting concept. It's kind of like X Factor was back in the 90s, where you had the superpowered people working with the government. So I do think that that's interesting. I think the story seems to instantly start off with issue 1 for those who haven't had it. Chance to read it yet. Issue 1 starts off with there being some sort of wrinkle. So the wrinkle sets up what I think to be a very interesting story. So I definitely thought it was worth the time to go into it. It's on its last week, so it was on the last rights program. So take a minute and make sure that you check that out. As always, we'll go through the list very quickly, and then we'll come back and talk about them individually. So, and as always, as you'll see throughout this video, when I click one of these links down here, it will open its corresponding page. So let's talk about support R4AU, the Autistic Jedi, with this patch and show your support. Brand new patch. We promised it last week. Here it is now. Fantastic looking patch. I do really dig the authenticity of the Autistic Jedi in there holding the R4A unit. Just a wonderful patch. Definitely an upgrade. I'm definitely on the road to getting it. The only reason I haven't actually gotten it yet, to be honest with you, is just every time I sit down to do something, I get distracted. So don't be like me. Don't get distracted. Jump on it right now and be part of the group that helps. The group that helps bring autism awareness about to everyone. We have Nikolai Volkov, the Life and Times of a Pro Wrestler, fleeing his native Yugoslavia for America. Nikolai discovers he's pro wrestling for the first time and witnesses a superstar career begins. It's an autobiography comic book, so it's definitely something that's interesting. More on that in a minute. Saturn and Orion coming to you very soon. Once it launches off Kickstarter, definitely an interesting comic book. No, that's not Deadpool on the cover, nor is it anyone even close to Deadpool. There's a bigger story behind that. I know someone had made a comment when I shared this that looked like Deadpool. Deadpool looks like other people. Everyone looks like everyone in comic books sometimes if you want to start nitpicking, but leaving the nitpicking aside, it's an interesting story. I definitely think it's worth the watch, so check it out. The Arrival of a mysterious new video game causes an outbreak of violence among the youth of a small town. So this is every congressman's worst fear come to life, made into a comic book for your enjoyment. So check it out. Share it with your friends and help them bring this to life. It's called Polybus Dreams. And there's a little bit of a description right there. And never forget the veterans. In other words, we want you to support the veterans. Go to the Veterans Wife on Facebook and help them by sharing posts, writing an article for the magazine, joining their writing staff, buy yourself or friend a magazine, subscribing to the magazine, sponsoring the Veteran Life comic, shop on their Calf Press store, or participate in fundraising or donate something to help the cause. Remember, veterans are the ones who give up their lives so we can keep our freedoms. So let's keep them in our minds, and let's always reach out and help them anytime we can. Crossfire, we went over just a little bit above. Liar, a parallel dimensional demon horror, is about an off-duty cop in a rocky relationship who faces more than just his inner demons when he is suddenly warped into a hellish dimension. Wow, that sounds just hair-raising in itself, just that short description. Wait until you see the art when we go into the bigger post of it in a few minutes, and you'll see just how stunning the art is on that project. Just fantastic, honestly. It really was. It's one of those books that you want to buy for the art. We'll get to that in a minute. $1 can make dreams come true. What does this mean? No, it's not a lottery pitch. It's actually the truth. If you give $1 to to a creator, and they get to be able to boost the fact that someone else supports them. They get to take a little bit extra money, but more importantly, you saying I believe in you. Now, if you don't have a dollar, the other way to show that you believe in someone is to hit the share button. On links like this is perfect. You have literally, I'm telling you, 20 sometimes Kickstarters at once that you could share. Like, how awesome is that? You become a hero for 20 creators. Why wouldn't you? Come on. All right, so help fund this supernatural indie comic, Trespass, a twisted love story of horror, dark humor, demons, and insanity. Definitely an insane moment right there. It's Trespass, #1. Two mismatched detectives hunt prophecy-obsessed serial killer through a post-apocalyptic future. This is the last exit to Brington. The Few and the Curse, Philippe Cargno, my good friend, rocking them out. This is issue #3. Always a fantastic showing. It's the Extreme Championship Tournament, XCT, where we find out that for 50 years they'd found honest to God mythical creatures and figures from our past that we did not expect to be real, but it turns out they were real. They cloned them, and now they fight in pits for them. Nothing says we really appreciate you actually being a real hero from the past than cloning you and making you fight to live to see another day. Join XCT as they examine the horrors of being made to compete. #14, Float, a graphic or memoir about anxiety. This is one of those things, and we've talked about it in depth. You want to back this because it's one of those projects that is just, daring. It's interesting. It takes chances. It's something that's not normal, and it's honest. And I think we need more honesty in comic books and in storytelling. And I think that we need to support people like my good friend who made this, Mr. Noel, and his efforts to be completely honest with his audience. I'm just taken back by the actual, strength of person it is to publicly talk about things like that. And speaking about strength and supporting people and depression at times, the veterans, wife who does amazing work with veterans to help with anxiety and all that, have an ability to give away tickets to an upcoming event at Motor City Comic Con just for vets. So if you're a veteran and you're going to be near Motor City Comic Con and you wanted to go, here's your chance to possibly earn some free tickets from Veterans Wife. Thunder Chickens, a father and son relationship, are challenging, combative, caring, and complicated. Join this comic book as you see father and son team up to fight crime. That's Jax in the background. He apparently really liked it. Pigtails, brand new to the list week. Pigtails is a martial arts action comic book in black and white. I gotta be honest, sometimes I like black and white. Sometimes I think it's more interesting. It leaves your mind a little more imagination. Pigtails is now available for you to back. We're gonna check that out in a minute too. Children of Sin Magna print run. Now, Children of Sin looks fantastic. It's a steampunk adventure that we're gonna dive into in a minute. Are you one of us? That's what Written Sins is asking all this year as we enter into our official second year in just days. We are Written Sins, and we do daily updates, indie news, art of the day, new Kickstarters, added weekly, and so much more. So make sure to subscribe not only to WrittenSins.com, but our Facebook page, our Facebook group, and right here on YouTube for those watching this live on YouTube. Now, little bit of news as I just go through this and make sure that we have everything open that we're going to need to talk about today. I wanted to just tell you all that I'm very excited to say that we have an official date or an official month when Fetish Babies will return to Kickstarter. Fetish Babies is returning to Kickstarter in October. I don't know right now if it'll be October 1st. We definitely want it to coincide with me being up in New York at the very beginning, not the end, but not the extreme beginning either. Kind of like a little bit of the middle-ish time period for it. You know, you run your Kickstarter for 30 days. So we'll have all the details on that coming. That is exciting news coming out today. Speaking of exciting things, let's take a look at Crossfire 2. We'll take a quick moment to see how great this team is now. We always talk about how much money. They're halfway there. They have 4 days to go. There's no reason we can't do that. Matter of fact, we'll probably do a special video tomorrow to go over this more in depth. But for now, for those watching it, welcome to the agency. Are you ready to join Earth Force? Quinn doesn't seem to have faith, but we believe you can make a difference in this agency. Enlist, become an agent by backing our Kickstarter today. How awesome is that? Become an agent and join Crossfire. Nikolai Volkov. I've talked about this a lot, and it turns out that I didn't check this. It must have just ended recently. How fantastic is that? Live on the show, we get to show that it has been brought to life by 115 backers for $4,500. Now, that's an amazing number right there. That is simply absurd how much they wound up getting for that. I mean, that's a lot per person right there. You got to figure each person. I mean, I'll do the average right now for you. If you have $4,501 and you got backed by 115 people, that means every person is paying at least $40 for the book. So that's a good threshold right there. That's a good amount of money, but they also give back in value for what they get. So credit to them. Fantastic creative team. We actually had something from the creator John about his Kickstarter, and for some reason the original upload didn't take and didn't stay online, and we just re-uploaded it today. I guess wasn't in time to help them. They didn't seem to need it, but how awesome is that? Congratulations to the team on successfully funding. That's what happens when you wait till Wednesday to do this program. We do have 63 hours left to go on Polybus Dreams. This is the Big Meets Stranger Things comic book. Looks fantastic. It has been funded, so if you back it now, you wind up getting a comic book for your troubles. And as always, it's so easy to share. Just come to the share button and hit share. And there it goes, live on the video. I showed you how to share for free. I'm not going to charge anyone for teaching you. Going on to Liar now. We talked about the art. I mean, just look at the art. My God, how awesome is this art? Just fantastic. I mean, truly awe-inspiring. Realistically speaking, this is the kind of art that you don't always see in Marvel and DC, because Marvel and DC, and this isn't a dig on them, it's the truth, they're always having to, you know, get a comic book out every 30 days. Every 30 days, get a comic book out. Every 30 days, get a comic book out. If not every other week now with some of the titles. So sometimes they don't have the time to make art look this pretty. So that's an amazing thing, and that's a great reason to back this. I know this Kickstarter is not exactly steamrolling to the finish line as quickly as the creators wanted, but they've gotten very far in just a week. So this isn't over. This might be something we do a video for them too. Look for that. It's coming. The Thunder Chickens by my good friend William Blankenship. That Bill threw me off. Bill, a fantastically funny guy. We ran one of his pieces today on writtensins.com. Check it out. Great introspective. Thunder Chickens is planned to be a 5-issue comic book series. It's a fantastically written up adventure. I mean, I've gotten to see some stuff. I've gotten to talk to him over the last couple of years about it, or the last year, I should say. And it really does look interesting. And I'm definitely, as you can see, manage your pledge. I'm there. I'm down. I'm ready there. Why aren't you? There's a lot of time to talk about this one, so we're going to get back to this next week. Talk about Pigtails 2. Not 2, but Pigtails number 1, I should say, is here for your support. Once again, this has some time to it, so we're gonna talk about it a little bit more over the next couple of weeks. But I'm just gonna give you the quick pitch line. Pigtails is a martial arts action adventure starring Soon-Jin Jang, a 22-year-old Korean woman starting her career in Chicago. Her story of love, loss, and redemption. This first issue will be told in black and white across 22 pages. How fantastic is that? Let's move on. Children of Sin, Magna Print. It's Sin, guys. How could you not enjoy that? There's plenty of time with this. Great guy right here. Creative team behind it. We got, I know these people. Steve, I've kind of seen his stuff on there. Brian's a fantastic artist. I've talked with him. He helped me wind up getting my my artist for Fetish Pigs 2. So Brian will always have a special place in my heart. Alan, I don't know you, but the art that I have seen about this is awesome. A great group of guys. This is definitely the project to back. We're going to be talking a lot about this. We'll probably do a solo video for it. Why not do one for a couple of these, right? We'll see, though. I think they're going to have the momentum where they might not need it, but I might just do it anyway, you know, just to help out. Float, God, look at you, Howie. Howie, you're breaking it, man. You're breaking the bank, doubling it already. He has doubled it in 1 week, double the goal. He is on track for a $20,000 Kickstarter if he can keep up this momentum, and we'll help him every step of the way we can. Fantastic story. Watch the video. That's what I'm going to tell you. Come here and watch this video. If you have not watched this video, it's not me that's suffering, it's you. This is a fantastic project. As you can see, I'm a backer. Can't wait to meet up with him, hopefully, during the con season and you know, get him to sign this once it gets to me. I can't wait for it. It's actually making me anxious to wait for it, ironically. But he's a great creator, and it's honesty, and you want to share honesty, and I think it's bold to make something like this. So nothing but love and respect for this man. Moving on, XCT, 13 days to go. They have finally beaten their goal. They have annihilated it. So that's fantastic. This story will be launching no matter what at this point. So why not jump on the bandwagon? Why not support it? Why not manage your pledge and make a pledge? And if you can't make a pledge, go out and hit the share button. It's free. No excuse for not hitting the share button. You're not hitting the share button, you're just a mean person. No other way to put it. You're mean. You're a big jerk. So don't be a big jerk. Hit the share button. The few and the cursed, my God, Philippe, you're just killing it every time you put this up. I think this is the greatest gap he's had as of yet. It looks like he should finish right now with 9 days to go around the 17,000 mark. That'll leave him 11,000 in the bank. But the quality of this is well worth it. Probably still underpriced for what he's giving it at. If you haven't already, join the few and the cursed on issue number 3. And yes, you can get issue 1 and 2 on this Kickstarter. Last exit to Brigton. I have not backed this project yet, and for no particular reason other than just haven't gotten around to it. We've been running some ad campaigns for this early, but for those who want to punch a Nazi, here's your opportunity to watch a Nazi get punched. What more do I have to say? This does need, looks like, just a tiny bit of time left. Doesn't need anything. I mean, just you need to get on it because you only have 7 days. This is getting to the point where it'd be last rights. We might actually do a special last rights this Friday because we know a lot of things are switching very quickly. We'll update the list. Speaking of updating the list, Trespass we know is on the list for $781 on a $3,500 goal. I know it might be a little gory and graphic for some people, but that doesn't mean that you can't share it with someone who you know likes horror. We all know someone who likes horror shit. So why not pass this on to someone? Be like, yo, you think you've seen some shit? Let me show you some brand new shit. And they might really enjoy it. So why not be a friend to someone you know is into horror and share this Kickstarter with them? Liar. We talked about Liar. So that's it. That's the list. We're actually done. How awesome is that? Got through it pretty quickly this week. If you have a Kickstarter, reach out to me. We will be back. Hopefully, I know everyone's asking about the Week in Sin because we haven't done it yet. A few people have asked. A lot of news about Fetish Babies. If you check out, and I'm going to plug my own thing here because why not? If you check out fetishbabies.com right now, after watching this video, you'll find out who the artist is. There's a big reveal Eastern time today at 9 p.m. at writtensins.com. Sinsful Comics has also covered the story, which just recently came out with it. The news they just released, I think, within the last 30 minutes. Check it out. It's a great time to be a comic book fan. Comic books rule the world, so help them continue to rule the world by sharing not only this thread, but if you need the list, because the list, remember, is organic. It keeps living. I change it every week, but it still stays the list. So if you have the link to the list on your page and you keep sharing it, you're sharing everything. You don't ever have to do it. So it's not about visiting Written Sins. If you want to just have the list, I'll give you the link just to the list. It's about helping people, and let's help people by getting the word out there. And by getting the word out there, we have to hit share. Remember, $1 can make dreams come true. Never be afraid to give a person a single dollar. Trust me, they won't hate you for it. They'll thank you for supporting them because that dollar is also a show of support. And there's nothing like putting your money where your mouth is. And that's it. All right, guys, we'll see you soon with one video or another. And just remember, make new worlds by supporting indie comics through Kickstarter.